Thank you, Secretary General Mauricio Guerrero from the Mexican news agency Notimex. Portugal effectively decriminalized drugs. Portugal effectively decriminalized drugs more than 15 years ago. A policy by...
It was done by me.
Right, exactly.
And it was not drugs, it was the consumption.
The consumption of all drugs, yes. A policy that has been regarded and by all metrics has been successful, and it's perfectly in line with the conventions of the United Nations. So my question is, would you actively recommend member states to consider these policies given the high cost of the so-called war on drugs? Thank you.
Well, it would not be nice if I would be now making self-propaganda. No. First of all, the policy that was approved was not simply a problem of decriminalization of consumption. It was not legalization, it was decriminalization in the sense that the state guarded the responsibility to support the people looking into their health, into their treatment, and there was a responsibility in interacting with the persons on these. And there was a number of other measures of prevention, of public health related to these, the introduction of several other policies to complement it, so it was not just one single measure. And we kept a very strict policy of criminalization of traffic of drugs. This policy, according to the indicators that are now available, proved to be successful, not only because it diminished the risks for the people and for the society, but in the end, consumption decreased in the follow-up of the introduction of the policy. I mean, it's up to each country to define its own policy. As not as Secretary General of the United Nations, as former Prime Minister of Portugal, I'm particularly proud of what we did. It was not easy. It was not a consensual measure. I think it worked. It's up to each country to decide its policies. But I think, I think that there is a serious discussion that is needed about drugs, the so-called war on drugs. And I believe the discussion should be without prejudice, without pre-established parameters, because this is one of the most complex problems that we face. It has a personal dimension, it has a dimension of public health, it has a dimension of impact on the structure of states. We see states being dramatically impacted in their institutions because of this. So this is an area in which I would suggest open discussion without prejudice and without predetermined positions, because I don't think anybody can be sure that there is one single solution for the problem. This is very complex in many dimensions, and it is a very serious problem that needs to be addressed. We tried in Portugal at the time, and I'm now speaking in my past capacity, to find what we thought was the best solution for a country that was a small country. We couldn't adopt a policy not taking into account the environment, so we were not entirely free. But a small country for a small country that would optimize the situation of the people, no? Having the people as the center. And I think we were successful.